Alright, I ran diagnostics and, I used some Mac helper, whatever it's called, disk cleaner, I don't give a fuck. Whatever it is. I did the thing about my computer, and hopefully that made it all work. It can do the good thing that it's been doing for the last several years, and maintain its integrity. I don't know, man. It's like you get so much technology all the time, and it always runs out way too fast. It's such a ridiculous idea. Why would? What am I saying? Why? Why does technology? I sound like a boomer more or less, or boom Howard. Me. Silas, you're forcing it again. I know me. Let's go into the types, because I don't want another big old pity party. Who am I kidding? I love pity parties. Everybody gather at the pity parties. It's at Silas's house all the time. That's the pity party at Silas's house. It is right here and it's my house. Pity party house. And looking up which ones I haven't done yet. Have I done rock type? No, but I'll do rock type. Click that rock type. Okay, let's focus here. The Geodude is honestly a fair classic one. And maybe not everybody agrees with that sentiment. I find him pleasant. I find him very enjoyable. He's in the I'm using him right now. He's a great fucking fighter. And it's so fascinating. The anime in particular has no idea whether or not Geodude can float or if he just hobbles on the ground, because there are inconsistencies with both. And I find it funny that he just eats with his hands, just scooping up the dog food that they feed the Pokemon. What is up with that? In the show, it's always like, alright, they're basically just animals with superpowers. And that's all well and fine. But like, first of all, it sends a bad message because you're fighting them, first of all. Second of all, I don't know, something tells me a rock doesn't need chicken flavored, I don't know, cereal, whatever they feed dogs, dried food. And then Pikachu, what's up with the Pikachu and the ketchup? Like, up until, like, one of my favorite episodes is the one where they come across the Scyther gang versus the Electabuzz gang, and the Scyther disembowels the ketchup, and Pikachu's like, oh my god, Pika-Pee, Pika-Pika. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Alolan Geodude, I think he's neat. I find the hairs unsettling. That's just, maybe that's just me. Like little spiky hairs on top of his head. That seems a little ostentatious. I like the brows. The brows are a neat touch, but everything else, Okay. Let me add on what's more. Graveler, okay? Graveler's cool because he looks like a legitimate expansion of Geodude, and he grows 4 arms. And then he grows into Golem and loses 2 arms. Where'd the other 2 arms go? I mean, debatably, yeah, some animals have species where their spare limbs just fall off because they're more or less useless. So, okay, adding to that point, if those extra limbs were useless, why'd they get grown in the first place with that mid-tier evolution? That to me makes less sense than him just simply losing a pair of arms, because he grew those pair of arms, which means that according to evolutionary theory, and I know Pokemon doesn't follow any steps of basic fundamental evolution, but I like to think about these things anyway because it distracts from the constant existentialism that I dread. He grows the 2 extra arms because they're a necessity. That's the way that fundamental evolution works. And then suddenly he evolves again and drops those arms. Okay, whatever. But Alolan Golem, I think that the typing is cool. A rock electric. He's one of the few. The brave, the rock. Electric. The beard is an interesting touch, and how would you describe that black rock formation on the top of him? I'd say it's like, it looks like a taser. It looks like they just stuck a taser on the back of him. His design is all right. I'm not gonna give it too much emphasis, to be honest. And of course, Onix is one of the coolest Pokemon ever made, and that's just a fact, so, you know, I don't have to address him at all. And so is Rhydon. Rhydon is one of my favorites because, and yeah, it's not only because he was one of the first Pokemon ever designed, but it's like, he looks like a legitimate, like, rock dragon. Like, if I was the guy who invented Rhydon, I would have made him a rock dragon. That would have been cool. That would have been fun, as opposed to the garbage that we got later. What was his name? Rhydon? What? What's his name? Okay. Oh, wait. What's his name? Rhyperior. Man, Rhyperior looks dumb. I don't give a fuck. That weird orange. I mean, I get it. It's like the orange from whatever he's called. The Protector coat protect. I don't remember. I'm just not a fan of Rhyperior's design, but we'll get to him. Rhydon. Ammonite, Amistar. I think they were the... Wait, hold on. I was trying to remember the Poke Rap. I remember Ammonite, Slowpoke, Pidgey, Arbok. That's all, folks. Okay. But where's Amistar? Oh, I can't remember Amistar, but I remember Ammonite. Ammonite's bit, because it was just such a weird thing, because I think it was like, I expected it to rhyme there, but it didn't. I could be mistaken, but anyway. Amistar and Ammonite, I really like. I really liked the fossil Pokemon, mainly because I was big on paleontology when I was a kid. There's that, and Aerodactyl was intimidating. He was like the first fully fledged. Why wasn't he a dragon? Why wasn't Aerodactyl a rock dragon? Fuck! There's so many dragons, flying lizards that didn't Aerodactyl? No, he didn't breathe fire. Okay. That's to be fair, and he is based off of a pterodactyl, which is technically a bird. Still, I wonder what could have been. Ammonite, you know, he looks like just a blue one of his things. You know, the things. I used to literally call them ammonites, but there's a term for it. It's like ammonite or something. The fossil, the helix fossil, you know, praise the helix fossil and what have you. Amistar, though. Amistar looks so intimidating because, like, he just suddenly, all these spikes pop up on his back, and, you know, there's his weird mouth that protrudes out, and I don't know, I think that he's real intimidating, especially when the animation, especially when he's animated in the 3D space, and you can see the mouth opening and closing, and it's just, it gets my trypophobia, right in the trypophobia. And, alright, Kabuto, baby! Kabuto I actually really like, and you know, I'm not a big fan of the porpoises. I think, no, that's not what they're called, Silas. Those little things that were like the evolution, the prior of stingrays and what have you. I just pulled one of those things where it's like you're thinking of the word while you say it, like Frank Costanza in The Simpsons. In Seinfeld. And he says, and he, you're telling me there isn't a single reservation available in Del Boca Vista? He just has to wait to just enunciate Del Boca Vista. And that is, that I find amusing. Kabutops is also one of my favorites. I think he got Scyther beat. And of course he does, because he's a rock type. Everybody, when the Scythe Pokemon came out, everybody was all about that Scyther. And I'm just like, nah man, Kabutops. Kabutops gonna win. And then there's this shiny that looks like a praying mantis. More so than Scyther, the Pokemon that's essentially a praying mantis. At least that's what I understood Scyther was supposed to be. Maybe I'm nuts. Anyway, Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl! Oh man, that wasn't a half bad impression if I do say so myself. Of course I do have to say so myself, because nobody's feeding me compliments ever. Like, ever. Like, Aerodactyl's great. I wish that his front jaw wasn't so weird. Like, the issue with his jaw is that it doesn't fit the roof of his mouth, so it looks larger than it should be. It's very off-putting. Like, but then again, if he didn't have that, say, like, fit his jaw up again, he'd almost have just Charizard face. And I get that they need to distinguish it too, but I don't know, if I had a recommendation, make it a bit more bird-looking than just rock Charizard. And then there's Aerodactyl, Mega Aerodactyl, where he gets like all the spikes, he gets the goatee and the devil horns, and it's so neat. It's so neat, and it's a little over-designed for my taste, but I like it. I do like it a lot. Behold, Ozzy Osbourne. That's the name of the stand. Sudowoodo, one of the most deceptive Pokemon in all the Pokemons. And he's good. He gave me I was so frustrated when I was a kid. I'm just like, for God's sake, fire! He's the tree. Why aren't you working? Why aren't you burning him, Cyndaquil? And no. Yeah, no. I was an idiot when I was a kid. I didn't understand the whole hint with the pail. Shuckle. So anyway, Magcargo. Magcargo is a... Okay, no, I know. Shuckle has actually a great statistics. Is statistically good. I just don't know, man. He hasn't had any play. I wish that he'd get an evolution Omega something, but he's pretty much forgotten about by all of Pokemon. They're all ashamed of him. And, you know, part of my general ambivalence towards Shuckle comes from the fact that he was one of the first Pokemon cards I received when I was a kid from the second gen. And oh, here comes the Ponyta! I caught it! It's so cute! They made the sprite so cute in this game. There's totally the original game that I'm not playing on a computer. Anyway. And you know, like I said, it was the first second gen Mon that I really had. One of the first, anyway. I think it was that, Grand Bull, Swinub. And to be honest, compared to the others, it wasn't very interesting to me. Mad Cargo. Mad Cargo, I didn't like when I was a kid. I've grown to love him. Like, that special defense ain't nothing to mess around with. Nothing compared to Shuckle. but he is really, really a good, a really fun character. I appreciate him as a Pokemon. Is he one of my faves? No, but I like just having a Snailmon, and of course his former evolution, Slugma. Slugma's a weird one, but I appreciate them both for what they are. Corsola! Corsola, I feel like, is a bit under-designed for once. I like the shiny. That blue is a nice blue. I appreciate the first water rock, but aside from that, there isn't very much that I could say about her. But this video's coming to an end. Looks like I'm gonna have to do another rock. Dun 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 dun. See, my mood is already uplifting now. Stay wild.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.